Scuffles broke out between members of the EFF and Operation Dudula outside Pretoria's Kalafong hospital today. Yesterday, we saw disruptions as the group turned away patients believed to be undocumented foreign nationals. The hospital staff were also allegedly forced to produce IDs to prove that they are South African citizens. Well, my colleague, that's reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones, is following the developments. He's joining us now live from Kalafong Hospital in Pretoria. Good afternoon, Pule. Thank you for your time here on Today. What's the latest that you can tell us?
Well, just reflecting what you just said, Britan, we saw how members of Operation Dudula were hauled by some of the members of the EFF who were saying that it is wrong to actually say foreign nationals documented cannot receive medical access, and that demanding permits or ID documents or certificates is actually an injustice to them. This is a view Operation Dudula, of course, has been against, but it seems like things have gone back to normal. I'll just step out of shot so my colleague Mbuzeni Bulaschobo can just show you. He's still there. We can just see that little mini caucus that's happening by the EFF members just after they forcefully removed those members of Operation Dudula. Quite violent scenes that we witnessed earlier on between the two groups. And this is as a result of the series of pickets that Operation Dudula has embarked on for about 4 weeks. They have continued to, launch their operations here, of course, calling for the hospital to ensure that it enforces what they say is the immigration law of Section 17, and I stand to be corrected, saying that the hospital has to request those permits when undocumented and documented foreign nationals come to the hospital to try and access health facilities. But the EFF has been quite loyal to their open border policy, saying that what the Operation Dudula movement is requesting is something which is beyond their control and that they are wrong to do that. But we also have now established again, thirdly, that Operation Dudula has opened the case against the CEO of the hospital, who we're yet to get comment from, saying that he is in violation of some of the Immigration Act laws here at the hospital. So that's been the latest so far, but for now things are a bit quiet. It seems as though the EFF has, of course, bulldozed members of Operation Dudula away for now.
But you managed to speak to them earlier, the Operation Dudula members. What did they tell you?
Yes, I did manage to speak to them earlier. They're of the view that, despite these violent actions that have taken place, they will continue to protest or picket rather outside the hospital, and they're quite adamant that they're fighting for something which is a justice and which protects the laws of the country, despite them sometimes having to see how they can become so stubborn when approaching certain situations, how we've seen that they have gone to some of the foreign undocumented and documented foreign nationals, saying that they should reveal and show their certificates or ID cards as well. But perhaps we can just lend an ear to what one of the members had to say about them being here today.
One of the guys from EFF, he confronted us and he said he give us 5 minutes to disperse. I don't know, maybe that guy is a law enforcement officer or what, because we agreed with the law enforcement that we need to picket here and see, as long as we don't hinder with the progress of the hospital.
Finally, Pule, we saw that the members of EFF are still huddled there near the entrance of Kalafong Hospital. The situation is calmer now. Operation Dudula members have been removed there and forced to leave by the EFF members from what you saw earlier. What did the Operation Dudula members say? Did they indicate they're going to continue with this kind of actions in their views, stopping undeserving, undocumented foreign nationals access to health care?
It seems that this program might become sporadic soon. They've been quite loyal to this program. They've said that the only way they can be removed is through law enforcement agency. We did see some of those police vehicles and vans that were here today to patrol, that were ensuring that no person, documented or undocumented foreign national, is actually infringed and pushed away from having to have access to medical care facilities here in Atchesville, of course here being Kalafong Hospital. But they've continued to say they'll continue with the picket despite the violent clashes we saw today. They're of the view that they cannot stand down, they have to view that they have to honor their program, and it seems as though for now they'll have to go regroup and find an alternative strategy as to how they can approach the EFF when coming back to picket chair next time.
Thank you very much. Pule Letshwiti-Jones there, live to us from the entrance of Kalafong Hospital in Pretoria, Kotswane.